All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. And today we're going to be going over Facebook ads. We'll talk about Facebook ads. We'll talk about follow-ups. We'll talk about how to customize the ads with these phenomenal questions that we've got built in actually to our Facebook ads platform to allow you to get more information more information from the lead as they're filling out the lead form so that in your follow-up it'll be much more effective because now you can respond to what they're doing in the ad. So we'll talk about that here in a second. Diana Jenkins and Arif, Denise, good to see you again, Denise. Just saw you earlier today. And I just got this, and I hate it when people don't give me a ton of information. So our client Leo, who's been with us for a long time, my 100. So he says, I'm reading his email here from my phone. My 100-point marketing plan for listings, so that's in your account, and expireds is performing effectively. Wow, what a word! Effectively. I picked up 2 listings this week and I'm closing on an expired property. The guy kills me. He didn't tell me what he did. So I'm going to follow up with him and get some more information. But yeah, he emailed me to tell me, yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Right. I want to hear the success because it just motivates us to keep doing what we're doing. And it helps everybody. Right. Here's the deal. No one in your area is going to steal what you're doing. All right. You could literally tell 10 people exactly what you're doing. Maybe one of them will even try it, and they'll probably not even do as good as you because when you are doing things, you have internalized it, you have made it your own. And so even to try to teach other people, and that's why you get so many of these trainers, even like me sometimes, right? I will train a bunch of people, and unfortunately, so many people don't listen and they kind of go off and do their own thing and they just, randomly, whatever. But today, I tell you, I got some great ads that we're going to look at. And if you follow what I say, you're going to be in a good position. All right. Sometimes in a reef, I'm looking at you as well, buddy. Sometimes people, they start with the kinds of ads that I wouldn't really recommend. So for example, the 100-point home marketing plan, running that as an ad, phenomenal for the database, phenomenal for doing reels and stories and things like that, social media posts, phenomenal for door knocking. All right. But there's other ways to generate seller leads with a Facebook ad. All right. And so we're going to be walking through that today. So please pay attention. I'm going to give you're going to be the first people to get this. And what this is if anybody here has a pending listing, and if you got a sold listing, we could talk maybe. I'm going to introduce one of these for sold, and I'm also going to do one for open house. And that is to essentially sit with me and go through your pending listing and create the plan and actually implement a lot of it. All right. So we'll do your ads together, do the social media stuff together, get some stuff up on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. If you got TikTok and YouTube, great. If not, that's fine. We're gonna dial in your yard sign, like literally doing this all together, right? Where I am your assistant for 45 minutes. And when you do it with me, you'll probably just save money and time, let alone the fact that it'll be done correctly. So, we're literally going to order the sign writer. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, and that yard sign will be good to go. We're going to walk through direct mail or door knocking and circle prospecting and all that kind of good stuff. $99. All right. For now. So I don't know how long I'll keep it at that price for, but if this is something that's interesting, and it'll be custom, we're not going to just run an ad. All right. We're going to look at what you did. How long did it take to go into contract? Anything interesting about it? We're going to create, I think I'm also going to do one where another item for this that's not in here, which is essentially to create a mini case study around the listing going into contract. And get that for you to where you could have like a one page at your website. You could use that in your marketing as well. Because, some people, they don't want to hear your long winded story, but then some people do. All right. There's different types of people. And so to have different kind of marketing assets around a pending listing can go a long way. All right. So if anyone's interested, let me know. You're literally the first people to see this. I posted it in the mastermind group about coming soon, but it just went live like an hour ago, and I haven't even sent an email out. I haven't posted in the mastermind group about it. So you're literally, like I said, the first people to see this. So again, if that's something of interest, let me know. You'll just click right there, click here to reserve your session, and get going with me. I'm going to give you another link here. So in the mastermind group, thank you for your order. You may print this receipt for your records. Jeez Louise, Arif, give me a moment. So awesome. All right. All right. I'm assuming, Arif, you already did it. So that's awesome. I love it. I'll be in touch a little bit later. All right. So in the mastermind group, I just posted this. So for the last week, coming soon, average $3.51 per lead. That's name, email, phone number, plus the 3 custom questions and the replies to them. Just listed 267, open house 430, and active listings $2.70 a lead. And again, that's name, email, phone number. And the default questions are, what's your time frame to buy? Do you want to copy the ultimate guide to buying a home? And do you have a home to sell? Those are the 3 default, but there's 20 questions that you can ask. And it is making sure you got the questions that you want in that lead form. So when you're following up, like, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Would you like a list of similar homes for sale? Do you want to see if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance? There's some other good ones. We're going to go through them. You'll see them all. Next up, price reduced homes for sale. So a list of price reduced homes for sale, $12.48 per lead average. A free list of homes for sale at your IDX website between $3 and $7. So that would be like a free list of pool homes, a free list of new construction homes, a free list of whatever, right? That kind of stuff. PDF guide. The PDF guides for buyers average $8.29. And the most popular ones were down payment assistance, new construction, and ultimate guide to buying a home. On the seller lead side, pending listings came in on an average at $9.90. And so those questions are, again, name, email, phone number. And I believe the defaults are, what's your time frame to sell? If you got a, how's it framed? We're going to see it, but essentially it's, if you got the right price for your home, would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months? Something like that. And then again, you can add 3, which we're going to get to. Can you believe these? I mean, the cost per lead, name, email, and phone number is one thing, but to have the extra 3 data points, the 3 offers that you can make, or the 3 things that you're trying to find out, through the roof. All right, just sold $19.97. That's a little high. Normally, just sold is coming in at around $12 to $14. So $19.97 is high, but on the other flip side, $9.90 is a little bit low. But whatever. Free home values average $23.93. Cash buyer, and we're going to look at the actual ad. This one is so good for one of these clients, and it was a little bit custom, and I love $6,000 spent. He generated over 500 some odd leads, like 530, 540 leads from one of the iBuyer ads. Investors lowballing you. This is interesting. So we got this landing page. Now the average cost per lead was $16.67. All right. Now these are seller leads, but 60% might have been a little bit more. Marked said yes well, maybe, would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? That's how it's phrased. So that's one of the default questions. And then I'll tell you, the iBuyer cash offer was really high for that. And when you get a lead and they have said, because the question is, would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? And the available responses are maybe or no, essentially. And over 60% said maybe, which is phenomenal. So that way, in your follow up, what are you going to do? In your follow up, you're going to, all right, you're going to be like, hey, Rafe, Scott Pierce here, and I saw that you clicked on the, more information about, getting a cash offer for your home, and that you said you might be open to selling your home or taking an offer in your home in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price. What price are you thinking of? All right, let them answer. Don't judge it. Just let them answer, and then find out. All right, great, phenomenal, whatever. I haven't seen your home yet. I can't make a judgment. What's your property address, and when do you have a few moments for me to come by and just take a quick look and see if it might be something that we can do for you? Whether it's a buyer that I have that might be interested at that price, or a cash offer, right? Whatever it is that they're thinking. So that's where these questions, right? I really want you to focus on this. I really want you to pay attention and grasp the importance of these questions before and in addition to just name, email, and phone number. The PDF guides averaging 16 to 20 bucks. And that's fine. That's fair. Most common guides for the PDFs were first time seller's guide, 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home, and how to prepare your home for sale. Those are the most popular guides for the sellers. So with that, let's get into our account. I'm going to bypass that because we have a lot to cover today. If somebody wants to send me their website or put your website in there to do an IDX, so if you got IDX at your website, give me the link to the IDX. Don't just give me the main. Well, if you want to, and if I can find it, great. But if you have IDX, put your website in, and I will show you how to do a custom IDX ad to your website. All right, because you can do custom ads. There's a lot of things that you can do. And as usual, I forgot to bring up my template for the custom ads. So let me go find it really quickly here. There we go. Perfect. All right. And let me come back into StreamYard. And Brent, okay, awesome. So Phoenix MLS Homes, I'll tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to bring it up right now. Phoenix MLS Homes, PHOENIXMLSHOME. I'm at the monitor. Let me just bring it up. And, I'll start off with this. Let's just start off with doing this. Because you all have a website. Not all of you, but a lot of you have a website. And you got IDX. And so, Brent, tell me, what are the most popular types of homes in your area? So, typically what we want to do is I'm going to go to more filters. And for a lot of you, you'll do this in the back end of your system, right? So in your website will have, your administrative login. And what you would do is, you're probably going to log in. You can create the link. I'm just doing it publicly, but regardless. So I'm going to do 500 to 700. Can you guys hear me okay? Or Brent, you have no audio. Don't worry, dude. Don't worry about it. I'm going to say single family. Oh, I'm going to take all these off. So I'll say single family. And I did 500 to 700,000. In Phoenix, that's probably, I want to be average, just a little bit above average. Really what I want the most, either my niche, whatever my niche might be, or I want what's moving. All right. I'm not here for vanity. I'm here to get deals done. So whatever is the most popular homes type, like it might be a single story, it might be homes with pools, it might be a certain area, it might be a certain style, a certain price point. So whatever that is, that's where I would start with these kind of IDX. So I did 5 to 700 single family home. And property style, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to select pool, because normally, yeah, bingo. Of course we got pool right there. And that'll be it. And I could do price reduce. I could do foreclosure. I'll tell you, one of the ads we're going to look at, it was for foreclosure and short sales. Man, that one did really well for a client. It was a custom ad. And I'm going to do Northern Scottsdale. All right. And so here you can see I got this custom link. So I can see it says Northern Scottsdale, 500 to 700. And then it's got, so that's perfect. So I'm going to take this link because I want to drive people to this page. Make sense? So I want to drive people to this page right here. So in listings to leads, what you can do, go to ads. And this is going to be awesome because, again, I'm going to get name, email, and phone number with every lead. Plus, I'm going to get the 3 answers to those questions I'm going to add. And you can do this for Google too. So Brent, you could run that for Google. But let's go Facebook ad, create custom ad, campaign name, and I'm going to say custom list of homes for sale. In fact, I'm going to say IDX. IDX list of homes for sale. I'm going to say 500, 700 single family home pool. Just so I know, I want to be a lead ad. Buyer, these are buyer leads. So if you're doing it for seller leads, check seller leads there at the bottom. And drop in the link right there. Hit fetch, nothing's going to come back. All right. Because those URLs are so long and crazy. So nothing's going to come back, and that's fine. Primary text. Now, I will drop this into the chat, and this has worked for multiple people in multiple areas. And I know it kind of comes through a little bit goofy, but watch what happens here. I'm going to go primary text. Boom. And now we're just going to edit it a little bit. I'm going to put my check marks in. And we're just going to tweak it out to be appropriate. So looking for a home, in fact, let's do this. Let's bring up some ad examples. So let's take a look. So here is one. I'm going to make these bigger. So here's one, average cost per lead, $493. Here was the ad image. So it looks like an AI image. Free list of foreclosed and short sale homes for sale in bank repo. I guess that's bank repossession. Did really good. All right, got a lot of great leads. This one here. So this was an IDX going to the website. South Lake luxury living starting at $500K. Explore homes in one of DFW's most sought after communities, spacious lots, top rated schools, and exceptional build quality. View available properties and see what fits your lifestyle. $599 a lead, right? And again, that's Facebook lead ad, but then it's directing to IDX. Here's another one. Average cost $261. New build townhouse bungalows for sale in Elmira. Experience modern main floor living in Elmira's newest new build townhouse bungalows. Closing are set for 2026, giving you time for your plan for your move. Visit our fully finished model home to explore layout, finishes, and lifestyle in this new bungalow community offers. All right. And again, that's going to I think that one's going to a landing page. Here's another one going to IDX. Buy a home in Redondo Beach as low as $539. So, and you can even take this, right? So we could do this for the one in that we're looking at for Brent. Buy a home for as low as $500,000 or whatever. Download a list of the lowest price homes in Redondo Beach. Click below for the free information. So that might be something where, because Redondo Beach, they got the average probably home is going to be $800,000. So to find a home for $539, that's pretty good. This was over $6,000 spent on this ad. one ad, $6,000, over 500 leads. I mean, can you imagine? If you get 500 leads, you're going to get one deal. I mean, you're going to get one deal. Probably a lot more than that. And I love this one. I think this is great. Should you sell your home fast for cash? Download a free report and discover all the helpful information. This was I believe this was a PDF. Download our free report and discover all the helpful information you'll need to make the best choice. Pros and cons, listing versus selling to a cash buyer. Which route is quicker, puts more cash in your pocket, has less hassle. Click below for the free information. $6,000, $11.39 a lead, right? And these are seller leads. And it looks like what they did is they took a Google, like Google Maps. That could have been from the MLS. That might have been from like a CMA type of program. And they got the red dots in there, and they kind of did a outline around the sales area. So great looking ad. It looks like, I guess it's Louisiana. I don't really recognize it, but I guess if you live there, that's going to be very apparent that's because you live there. So you'll recognize that. For the rest of us, we're just like, where the hell is it? But it doesn't matter what we think because we're not going to be seeing the ad. We don't live in that area. So next up, this was phenomenal. I love this one. And to be honest, I want to touch base with this agent just because that's 100 leads. And it's for expired listings. Expired listing that failed to sell. What now? You're not alone. Find out what went wrong and why a cash sale might be. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Expired listing that failed to sell. What now? You're not alone. Find out what went wrong and why a cash sale might be your fastest path forward. Get the free guide. So the idea of, for homes that have expired, and this could be something that you do and that we might bring into our expired training, which is, and I've actually thought about this before, for people that are expired, I'm not going to lead with it heavy, but putting a cash offer message in front of them, whether it's an email. So grab the cash offer landing PDF guide, grab that email, put it in your follow-up for expireds, or send it to an expired lead, because an expired homeowner, more than likely they want to sell, they want to get rid of the property, and your 100 plus point home marketing plan for expired listings, that's massive. All right. But also giving them other options could be what helps to get them engaged. So for example, if I had an expired listing, maybe now I'm thinking, man, maybe I just can't sell my home. Maybe it just won't sell. Could be true, but hopefully it's not. Like John Summers, he's gotten a few expireds and he's got them sold, where one of them was on the market for 116 days with another agent, expired. He used our training and our presentation, got the listing, and he sold it in 5 days, got it into contract in 5 days. Absolutely brilliant. But I still think the idea of a cash offer, but I just don't know that the market is that big. So I'd be kind of curious. I want to find out from the agent there kind of what they were doing. And here's another great ad that was doing really well. So I thought this was interesting, where they're combining, before you list your home, get the strategy. My free Portland home seller guide walks you through pricing, prep, timing, and how to maximize your equity in today's market. Now that might just be our home seller guide, right? Like the ultimate guide to selling your home. Plus, when you download it, so this is so awesome. I love it. Plus, so these are seller leads at 922. Plus, when you download it, you'll get access. In other words, she's going to sign you up for a newsletter. And people are, filling out the form to get her home selling strategy, right? That walks through pricing, prep, timing, how to maximize your equity in today's market, which I love. And then she's got the plus, when you download it, I'm going to sign you up and spam you. No, I'm joking. You're going to get Portland market updates. You're going to get seasonal home maintenance checklists. You're going to get local guides and hidden gems, which might just be like what's going on in the area, and smart seller tips. No spam. I literally just said that, didn't I? No spam. just real value for homeowners. I love that. And then it's their signature and their broker logo behind this. Picture the two people, nice, sold, a home seller's guide. It's a little hard to read that. I might use a different font right there. I don't like making people have to work too hard to try to figure out what you're trying to tell me. But it's working. 922, and she had a really good budget behind it. So yeah, I thought that was awesome. I really loved it. All right. So those are some ideas here to play around with. So we're going to do looking for a home with more, looking for a home in North Scottsdale with a pool between 500 and 700. And I didn't do the comma. Get the free list of homes with pools updated every 15 minutes from the MLS. See homes with, beautiful backyard. I'll say beautiful pools. I'm going to do these check marks, and hey, you can have a little fun with them. Beautiful pools, mountain and desert views. I guess, if you're in Scottsdale, that's true. Not every home has to have every single item. I'm gonna put outdoor living by itself. Outdoor living and dining. Maybe I'll do and dining. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to put some of the characteristics that will get people excited. Room for animals, toys, RVs. That sounds like Phoenix. All right. Some of the homes. And then I'm going to do tap. All right. And it could be whatever you want. Headline. Tap to view this list now. Stop driving around, AROUND, wasting your time. And I can put a little emoji there. In fact, I might put the emoji up to the top one. And of course, I get any misspelling. You're not going to misspell this, right? I don't want to sit here and take all day on one ad. Location, North Scottsdale. Do we see? It should be North. Let's try this. Scottsdale, AZ. Paradise Valley. I'll just do that one because that's literally right inside of that. That's absolutely fine because that's literally right inside of Scottsdale. And I'm sure Scottsdale will come up. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Lifetime budget. You want $10 a day minimum. This is going to default to 1 week. I can spend $200. I can spend $300. I can spend $6,000. In the beginning, if you're kind of new to this, right? Don't go nuts on your budget, but don't go too low either. So $10 a day. It's going to go for 1 week by default. 2 points of interest right here. One, if the ad is performing badly. So for example, if this ad starts running and after a day, I got 1 to 2 leads where the average cost per lead is like $10. Turn the ad off. Make sure everything looks fine and just rerun it because sometimes it just gets a really bad algorithm. I've done this and probably 70% of the time, not changing anything, just turning it off and just redoing it. My cost per lead goes right back to where it should be 70% of the time. So most of the time it is just like, banging the back of a TV set and all of a sudden that fuzzy picture gets clear right back in the old days. Or turning the computer off letting it sit for a minute, and you restart it, and it's back to normal. Same idea. And the last two things we're going to do is upload an image and get those questions. So for the image, this is the only time I like carousel photos, because now I'm not going to do this, but you're going to get the idea. I want to show 5 homes kind of in different price points and styles within the group that I'm doing. And so here I just I just want people to see, right, different options. And then the last thing we're going to do, create new form. So click create new form and form questions. So you can see right here, name, email, and phone number. That'll be there by default. But now we got all these other questions. What's your time frame to buy? That's turned on. We can turn it off. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? I'm actually going to turn that off. And for this one, I might say, would you like to be notified when similar listings hit the market? Because maybe they don't sign up at my website. And so if they say yes to that one, well, now I've got permission, and I got permission to call them, because I'm going to say, hey, thanks for looking at the list of pool homes for sale in North Scottsdale. And I saw that you'd like to be notified when similar listings hit the market. And they just want to make sure, before I set you up, is there anything in particular that is of interest to you? Are you a single story home? Do you want to be in a particular school district? Is that important? Is there the kind of neighborhood, like maybe near a golf course? So the follow-up is to confirm, right, that they clicked the ad, that they requested more information about similar listings, and let me help clarify for you. It's going to increase your follow-up. You're going to increase your engagement. Now, are they going to answer the phone, waiting for you? No, you're still going to have to follow up with them, but it's going to make your follow-up 2 to 3x more efficient. All right. And if I scroll down here, do you have a home to sell is turned on. And there's some great ones in here, right? What's most important to you in your next home? First time home buyer, right? For Scottsdale, for example, depending on my market, I might use the family move-up buyers or second home, if it's kind of more in a second home, because then that gives me more information. And I got 4 questions. I've seen a few people do 4 and do fine. To me, 4 is a little bit much, so I'm going to turn off what's your time frame to buy. So I got, would you like to be notified first when similar listings hit the market? What's most important to you in your next home? And do you have a home to sell? Perfect. I love it. There's also, there's a great one for new construction we'll take a look at. There's, would you like to be notified of the builder incentives? So if you're doing new construction, there's a question, great one for that one. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Could be a good one. Would you like to see if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance? Could be a great one, especially if you're going to partner with a lender. That could be phenomenal. And we're done. Now, I got advanced options. I can turn on the autoresponder here. I can retarget if I wanted to. For buyer leads, I don't worry about retargeting. If you got a database of 10,000 buyer leads, maybe it would make sense. Otherwise, I'm just going to let Facebook algorithm do its thing. All right. So let's go do, well, we'll ad created successfully. And that should reset. Let's give it a second. Boom. There we go. All right. We'll come back to this in a few minutes and we'll take a look at it. All right. Because if I click view ad right now, that link is going to be broken. And yeah, it says no longer active, which is not the right way to say it. It hasn't populated on Facebook yet. So, but that will be there in a few minutes. So we'll come back to that in a few minutes. Let's take a look at just listed. Let's look at an open house, and then let's do a just sold. Scott, can you share the questions in chat for the buyer? You mentioned a home that advertising, so not to idea. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. You know, I mean, I can't really share them in the chat, but you're gonna see them right now. All right. That you are advertising for sale. Yeah. No, you're gonna see them right now. So I got a listing, and let's do an open house. This could be just listed. It could be active. It could be coming soon. Market listing, Facebook and Instagram ads. And we're going to do this twice. I'm going to do it a little bit quick, and then I'm going to do it a little bit slower and more explanatory. So Folsom, California is going to auto-populate. Don't change it. Just leave it. The only time you can change it is if you are in a like Cape Coral, Florida, right? You're in that kind of a place, but you've got to double your budget. So if you're going to go sit there and put in Chicago or New York, where there's 10 million people, you better double your budget at least, because your budget is going to get spread so thin that you got to be careful of that. Okay. So if you start adding locations or extending the radius, you've got to double your budget minimum. So I'm gonna leave it at Folsom. Radius, I'm not going to touch it. Lifetime budget, I'm going to say 100. Start and end date for 1 week. I can change the template of the text if I want to. I'm going to change the template. It's the sideways one. I like the one that's more. So if I select that one right there. Now I can change the color. I can change the text. There's a little edit icon when this pop-up is open. If you click edit, now everything in here is editable. But it's fine for me. I like it the way it is. I like red. I like it to pop on Facebook. Not always 100%. And there are ads in all colors, shapes, and sizes, just like people that do well. But when it's like everything being equal, I really want it to pop and get seen on Facebook. So close that. So I got my template good. I could add a video. I could change the image to something completely different. The only thing I'm really going to worry about is those questions are now under advanced options. All right. A little bit later, we're going to open them up and make it a little bit more clear. But just turn on advanced options, create new form, and they're right there. Form questions. So, what's your time frame to buy? All right. What's your desired price range? Ultimate guide to buying a home. I'm going to turn that one off again. For example, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Have you been pre-approved? See if you qualify for 0 down. Would you like to be notified first when similar listings hit the market? That's a great one. If I go down, here's the one for new construction. So if this is new construction, let's say, would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? Yeah, that'd be great. A lot of people are going to say yes to that one. Where's the one for down payment assistance? Do you currently have, how much do you currently have? That's great for a lender. There's one for right there. See if you qualify for 0 down or down payment assistance. So if you got like a lower end home, talk to your lender, talk to your broker, find out if it qualifies for down payment assistance in your local area. That could be a great one. All right. That could be a really good question for you. And it could be great because you can get your lender to help pay for the ads. And then I come back up here. I see I got 4 questions, but you know what? Check this out. The only reason this might work with 4 questions is because, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? So again, let's assume this is new construction. If it wasn't new construction, I wouldn't put in the current builder thing. But the other really cool thing I can do is I can reorder. So I can drag this to the top. I mean, don't put it above name, email, and phone number, but I can put it, as the first question they're going to answer. And the reason I do that, there's a reason why I do that. And that is because now when the person lands on my ad, all right, this is true for the seller ads that we're going to do next. When they land on my ad, the first thing they're going to see is, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? 70% are going to say yes. Next up, would you like me to send you, or, it also could be, would you like this be notified when similar listings hit the market? Or in this case, we've got, would you like me to send you current builder incentives? A lot of people that are into new construction are going to say yes. So now they got 2 yeses. So they're pretty, I don't want to say they're stoked, but they're more engaged now because now they're thinking, I'm going to get price reduced homes. I'm going to see them. I'm going to get these builder incentives or specials sent to me. Okay. So they're actually, like I said, I'm not saying they're going to be sitting there waiting by the phone to hear from you, but when you do reach out to them, you're going to have more to talk about. You have more to clarify, to offer, to find out more about, and they're going to want it. Does that make sense? So that's how these questions really help with the ads that you're doing, to make sure that, again, name, email, and phone number are great. But what we know? We know 90% of the people that see a listing, whether it's on Zillow, your website, a post, an ad, are not going to be interested in that listing, right? They're not they're not going to like the kitchen. They're not going to like the price point. They're not going to like the neighborhood. They're not going to like the second bedroom. There's going to be something about that home that they're not going to like or move on. And so to have these questions to give us more value, right, to offer them, which will help us to engage them, that is where the power of all of this is. So create for now. I did 4 questions. So I'm just thinking in my mind, pay attention to this ad because if the cost per lead is not good, I'm going to go take out one of those questions. Right? We don't want to fly too close to the sun. All right. I mean, figuratively, you could add like 12 questions. You're never going to generate a lead at that point. I'm just going to close advanced options. Just close it. Create ad. Boom. I said I was going to do that quick. I did not do it quick. I gave the long explanatory version first, which is fine. So any questions on that? Do you all see the power of these questions? Now, one thing that in fact, I'll tell you what, let's go look at one. Hopefully I've not done this. So go ahead and type in yes or no. Yes, you get it. No, you don't. And you're going to see me do this a few more times because we're going to go do a couple of seller ads. And I might go like 5 or 10 minutes over. I'll apologize ahead of time if I do. So here we go. So here's an example of an ad. And oh, this is a great one. So this is for a post open house. This is a phenomenal one. People click. Do you have a home to sell? Yes. Are you buying a home when yours does sell? Yes. And then what is your time frame to buy? Just dreaming, whatever. Continue. And I'm going to give you the link to this. This is a great post open house post and or ad. So here, take that, copy that link. So if you've got an open house, this is in our school. So if you're in our school, if you go to open house, there is a section in the open house classroom for how to generate leads post open house. And the link to that ad is actually in there as well. And so we use that language. All right. We use this language around giving a summary about the results of the open house. And we use that to engage not really buyers, more sellers. So this is really geared more for sellers because I want the seller to know I'm doing open houses and we actually did one in your area and this is what happened. And, we had all of these people come through and there's only one house. And, so it's a great thing to look at. And then here's an example of that ad with the next ad we do, we'll do video. But let me just show you. So that would be it. That kind of video where you're in front of the property, you're not doing a whole tour because now you're giving away the whole thing. So if you're going to do video, do a video where maybe you're just in the kitchen or you're in front of the house, you're kind of introducing it, and then you do that kind of let's go and check it out, because now they're going to be more motivated to actually click on the ad. Does that make sense? So Reef, that would be awesome. Like if you got an open house, and that's just a great post. That's a great post. It's a great ad. Uh, just, that'd be great for TikTok. And then, Instagram story, include the link to the single property website. So yeah, a lot of good stuff right there. Okay, let's do we're going to do a sold listing, and then we're going to do a landing page. All right. So sold and pending are going to be very similar. I'm going to do just sold as listing agent. Now keep in mind, if you are in contract with a buyer, so your buyer is in contract on a property, add it to your account and do a pending ad. Just you'll change the language just a little bit to, so that you're not, you don't want to come off as a listing agent, right? I would say, our buyer is buying this property. For sold, you can go, let me show you. Because it's really, for every listing that has a listing agent, when it's sold, there's always a buyer's agent. Now, sometimes it's the same person, but not usually. But if I go add listing manual, status, we don't have this for pending, but check this out. Just sold selling agent. And we actually turn all the language around automatically to represent the fact that you represented the buyer, not the seller. So this is phenomenal. So if you got a listing where you represented the buyer, I would add it as pending. And then when it closes escrow, instead of checking just sold listing agent, select just sold selling agent. If that doesn't make sense, let me know, because I can extend your potential for seller leads by double. Because while the listing agent makes, that's obvious, right? It makes sense. But as a selling agent where you represent the buyers, that's really the gold, because what do sellers want? They want buyers. What did you do? You brought a buyer. That really puts you almost in a better position than the listing agent, if you want my opinion. Now, the listing agent, they got the thing sold. The agent the seller hired them. They instituted the marketing plan that attracted the buyer and the buyer's agent. So, the listing agent's a given. But I don't want you buyer's agents to feel like you are not, the, as important to this whole thing and to sellers. Because if I were to be able to go to a seller and say, yeah, we just had a buyer. I represented the buyer on the home that was sold down the block from you last week. And, we got 24 more buyers. If you're looking to sell your home in the next 1 to 3 months, if you got the right price, would you consider that? Right. And there's other different things that you can do with that as well. But I'm kind of going off on a tangent a little bit. Let's just go do an ad for sold, because these questions are going to be different. All the seller ads have a unique set of questions separate from the buyers. So we go Facebook, Instagram ad. Again, Folsom, California. All right, boom, bada bing. These are sellers. So I'm gonna do 150. The cost per lead is double at minimum. Start 1 week. I can change the template. I can do the little video. In fact, let's do a video, and then we'll do the questions, and you can just see how easy this is. So videos, and I'll just select one. They should, don't 15, 20, 25 seconds max. Don't sit there for 5 minutes, because then what happens is they just watch your video and they end up never clicking. So, again, I don't want the property video here. I don't want a 5-minute rambling monologue, just like what you saw there a minute ago. And then advanced options, that's where the questions are. Create new form. And then right there, form questions. So I'm going to open that up. So we got name, email, and phone number. Default, what is your time frame to sell? And would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? So I'm going to turn off what's your time frame to sell. Why? Because if they say yes to 1 to 3 months, then I know their time frame. And there's two I love down here. There is see how AI can help you sell faster for top dollar. I love that one. See how my 100 plus point home marketing plan works for your home. Love that one. And I'm not going to use it for this one, but for example, when we do an ad, all right, and I was kind of referring to it a little bit earlier. So if I do an ad for a sold listing, and it might be, 123 Main Street just sold, or 100 point home marketing plan got 700 views, and versus Zillow's at 500, and we got 24 more buyers that are looking for a home in the area. If you got if you got whatever, however that was phrased, right? If you got the right price, would you consider an offer? What's your magic number? And so if you turn that on, that's going to be just a blank form field where they can type in a number. And now you got their number right in the their number right in the lead form. Now they can put get lost or nothing. Well, I think they have to put something, but regardless. So we got, would you sell the next 1 to 3 if you got the right price? See how AI can help. See how my 100 point home marketing plan. So I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to just click create form. I'm going to close it, hit create ad, and that's it. And of course, I can customize the text over there. You see the video is now going to be active in the ad, and we'll go look at that in a few more minutes. But let's walk through landing pages. And just so you can see, so we've got free home values, down payment assistance, new construction. Here's the iBuyer one. There's 3 price reduced. Investors lowballing. That was the one I mentioned earlier, which is cool. So let's take a look at iBuyer. So let's click, and so they all work the same way. So I'm not going to go through all of them. We don't have time, but all the landing pages essentially work the same way. If I click on marketing tools right there, and again, you can do this for Google. All of these have the Google capability. And I'm going to bring up that ad from earlier. And let's see, South Lake Living, new bungalow, Redondo Beach. I think this was it. Yeah. Should you sell your home fast for cash? Download a free report. So I would, and if you want to screenshot this right now, throw it into ChatGPT. Give me the plain text, please. It'll spit out the plain text for you. Edit it if you want to be appropriate for your area. If there's something a little bit different you want to put in there. Now, they did for the PDF guide, which I will do next. I'll show you that one next. That was the expired one. And what was this one? That was the for the home seller guide. So those are 2 PDFs. All right, let me show you. But I tell you, the cash offer one does good as well. We'll buy your house for cash fast. Now it says in iBuyer. I don't know why mine says that. So I'm just gonna in full sum. Whether you're facing financial challenges, relocating, downsizing, or need to sell quickly, let's get a fast cash offer today, and let's sell your home in no time. Click to get a free and fair offer for your home immediately. Now, the only thing different is there's no city attached to this because it's not a listing. It's not 121 Tomlinson Street, Roseville, California. So we know Roseville is the location. So I'm just going to pop in the location. And again, for any seller lead, you're going to want to be on average $20 a day. I can change the image. It can be a video again. I see a lot of people doing video. That works great. Not all video is going to work great. And resist the urge for your AI videos. I know some people love to do these AI videos. It's AI me. Save that for something else. It's not going to work great. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go. I was trying to find the video. There's the video. Oh, no. My files. Sorry. My files, video. That didn't take too long. Throw in a video or a custom image. Maybe I go to Canva. You may see something you like online. You may see another agent's ad that, they told you is working really well in some Facebook group, right? Grab the image if you got permission, or create one very similar, and you can upload that right here. So you got all the ability to customize these things. And for seller leads, that's the only time I would retarget and or go to a custom audience. So you're going to see retargeted is on. I can turn it off and I can leave it on, and I can also select a custom audience. So of course I'm not going to do a buyer audience, but if you got your database uploaded and segmented, like buyer lead, seller lead, you bought a list from My Plus Leads, whatever it is, you can target custom audiences, and also you can just retarget all the people on Facebook, right? That'll give you more information on how to do it. And I can still do so check this out. So if we do a cash offer, oh shoot, God dang it. All right, this is going to happen sometimes. You're going to make an ad live, or you're going to hit create ad when you didn't mean to. No problem. So check this out. Just click edit. Right there, there's a little view edit. So click edit, because custom questions on this ad are going to be killer. So come down here, instant form, and create new form. So just like, essentially like before, form questions. And so this is a cash offer, right? So, think about it. What's your home worth? Cash offer, investors lowballing you. We got, what's your time frame to sell is turned on. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? And because it's a cash offer landing page, there is get your home value and instant cash offer. There's a few more versions of that, I think. There, see what a buyer would pay for your home today. Curious what your home would sell for right now. I got the get your home's value plus instant cash offer options. Find out your home's market value and buyer demand. Check out your home's value and selling options, no obligation. Right. I'm not going to, for a cash offer, I'm not going to use 100-point home marketing plan because it's almost like mixed signals. So I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to double check. What's your time frame to sell? And again, I'm going to move these 2 questions above that one, because I want them, in particular, this one. Because if they click an ad for cash offer, well, more than likely, they are going to say yes to that. And when they say yes to that, well, it's going to be a better experience all the way around. And then I'm going to put, would you sell? Because if they say yes to that one, then I'm really excited. Now, I still got what's your time frame to sell, because they may say no to that. So I'm going to leave what's your time frame to sell. And now look at that. That's what they're going to answer before they even get to name, email, and phone number. Is it possible to learn more ad reader to non-L to L? Yes. Yeah, just like we did in the custom ads. And even right here, I'll show you. So update. There's a little bit of you have to make sure you pay attention, because it's just a little bit of a extra step. But when I'm doing the create ad, so create ad, right? And it's in the same area, create new form. So it's right near the questions, right? Form questions. You see this right here, completion. And right there. So like, for example, and this is fair enough, you may have a cash offer landing page that you got integrated with, another system, and you've been using it for a few years. You don't want to use ours, right? I mean, I know nothing against us, but you've already got this thing being used. You got your follow-ups all set, you got everything dialed in, just swap it right there. Just put it right there and you'll be good to go. All right. Donna or Dana, does that answer your question? Let me know if that answered your question or not. Now, a couple of more keys. One, if your ad is not performing well, like I said, then what I want you to do is just delete it or end it and redo it. Just redo it. Take a look at it, see if there's anything obvious, like you accidentally had 6 questions live or active with it. Maybe the image was the front of the house, the front of the house, the front of the house, staircase, 3rd bedroom. I've seen that before with people, and it's like, huh? What are you thinking? That you want to have good images. So all this stuff is editable. So there's really no excuse for bad images. There's just not. If your ad's doing really well, you can click edit and extend the ad, which I'll show you in a second. But let's go I just want to take a quick look at a couple of these ads. So check out. So we got the IDX. I'm going to go view ad, and this should go right to Brent's website. Let's go see. That's going to come up to view ad. All right, so here's the ad preview. Show ad. And boom, there we go. So here's the ad. Right, and they can click, 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 click. Would you like to be notified first when similar listings hit the market? Ooh, I would like that. What's most important to you in your next home? Great schools, safe family, open floor plan, extra bedrooms, private backyard, close to shopping. To be honest, they all are. Do you have a home to sell? Yes, I do. Continue. All right. Name, email, phone number, continue. Standard Facebook lead ad stuff. And let's see what happens. Boom, right at your website. Because now if I don't register, you got my information, right? You're going to get the lead notification. It's going to say, Scott Pierce, clicked your ad, IDX, list of homes, pool, 500 to 700, whatever that was, right? Whatever we named the ad. And that's why I like to name the ad the way I did. And if we look back in listings to leads, I think we'll see, IDX list of homes for sale, 500 to 700, SFH, single family home, pool. And so the lead notification I'm going to get from listings to leads and your CRM, if you got it connected, it's going to say, well, Brent, that's not going to be live. I've already turned it off. But hey, you can just give me a testimonial. But so I'm going to get the name, the email, the phone number, and I'm going to get, would you like a list of price reduced homes? Yes. He said, the lead said yes. What's most important to you in your next home? All the above. It's going to list all of them out. So you'll see this whole list of things. And that is awesome because now when I approach you and I say, hey, thank you for requesting a list of pool homes for sale. I'm going to make sure to get that to you. And I saw that you said having a, private backyard or outdoor entertaining or good school district, or these are all important to you. And I just would like to get a little bit more clarification to get you the best list and make sure you got the right properties to look at. Is there a particular school district you're thinking of? Is there, when you entertain, do you like to cook outdoors or do you just like to entertain, like maybe at a fire pit or outdoor kitchen? And, ask them some questions because that way they're going to know, man, this person's paying attention. They're not just trying to, rapid fire emails and listings at me. So that's what I'm saying is about these questions are really there to help you get more information so that your follow-up is going to be better. All right. If there's one thing I want you to get out of this, it is that right there. Let's take a look real quickly at the sold Let's go to view ad. And then the last thing I'm going to do is 12:06. I told you we might go 5 or 10 minutes over. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to extend an ad that's performing well. There's nothing that kills me more than an ad that's performing really well. Now, Listing to Leads will send you a email the day before, and they'll say, hey, your ad's going to end tomorrow. All right. Which is great. But man, even then, sometimes I forget to go in and extend the ad when it's performing well. So another home in Folsom just sold. Your home's value has been affected by this home being sold. Click below or text. All right. Click learn more. Would you sell the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? Maybe. Right. We're not, we don't want to say yes because that sounds it's kind of scary. Like, oh my God, so it's maybe if it was the right price. See how AI can help you sell your home faster for top dollar. Right. I got no idea how that works. I'm talking as the homeowner, but sure. Yeah. Show me. Love to see what you got. See how my 100 plus point home marketing plan works for your home. Yes, please. Yes. And customize for my home. Not right now. I'm telling you right now, if you get somebody that says yes and customize for my home, you're going to follow it because you can't ask for the address in the Facebook lead form. If you do, if you try to, like if we were to do a custom question, what's your home address, and then have a blank field, we would risk the entire thing. Does that make sense? So Facebook will not allow you to ask for an address. But now, because they said maybe to the top question and maybe to this one, right? When I call them up, like I said before, I'm going to say, hey, Dana Scott Pierce here. And, you clicked on the ad for the property that we just sold in Folsom at 123 Main Street. And I saw that you might be open to looking at an offer if you got the right price, and that you would like to see a copy of my 100 plus point home marketing plan. And I just wanted to get your home address and then find out what is the price that you're thinking about that you might take a look at an offer. We have 743 buyers. We got 26 buyers. I got 5 buyers that are out looking in the area, right? Put in a little bit of honey, right? Sprinkle a little bit of honey, a little bit of sugar on that so they get excited and they want to engage. All right. And then, like I said, last item. So let's say the ad is performing really well, right? Great cost per lead. We're getting some good engagement, and you want it to keep going. All you do is click edit. So edit. And the edit is going to come up. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm pretty sure it will. So there we go. Scroll down to budget. And then I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to increase the budget. I'm going to extend the end date. So I'm going to say, this is performing really well. So I'm going to go 280. Now it's not another 280. It's 140 and 140. So I've already spent 140. Now I'm going to spend another 140. So that's 280. And then I'm going to take that ending date and I'm going to go, let's go to April 1st. Yeah, I don't know about April Fool's Day. Let's go to the 2nd and hit update. And that's all I have to do. Super. You can do that from your phone. You can do it from the laptop. You can do it whatever. It's not an issue. All right. All right, everybody. Listen, I'm good. I'm done. Any questions that I can answer before we leave? Don't forget that post I did in the mastermind group, right here. So take a look at that. Some good stuff right there that might remind you. And if you need me to bring in the text for any of these ads, let me know. I can do that for you as well. And yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for. Oh, I'm sorry, Colby. I just saw your question. Hey, Scott, I have an unrelated question about ordering the brochures from you. You mentioned the webinar the other day. Here, I'll give it to you 1 second. And are you in our school? Oh, yeah. 1 second. I'm on my other monitor. I'm going to, oh my gosh, pop it up. So I'll give you the link to the school. pipeline builder. Boom. And order presentation booklets. So I'm going to give you this link. Okay. Because this is where you want to be at. This is just like the plan. I mean, that's what Leo was talking about a little bit earlier. And then this, I'll put this link in too. I don't want to make you, jump through a ton of hoops. And boom. All right. Cool. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Last thing is, don't forget your affiliate link. All right. I hate it when people sign up and they say, yeah, so, Colby told me all about you, but then they didn't use Colby's affiliate link. So, yeah, make sure you're sharing your affiliate link when you're talking about listings to leads. It's just right here, right? Affiliate link. We pay 15% recurring, no cap, no limit. I think at the end of last year, there was some issue with it, but we got it fixed. Everything is good to go. But yeah, 15% recurring, no cap, no limit. So take advantage of that. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. Michael, thank you. Colby, thank you. And we'll talk to y'all soon. Be good, everybody. Oh, we do have a 4 o'clock on the expired today. So 4 p.m. later today, leadgenwebinars.com. Get into the mastermind group if you want to join us, but there's another call at 4 o'clock today. All right. Talk to y'all soon.